You know, as I cook meals, I always have my favorites, and this is one of them. Katsu, which means cutlet. Today we're doing chicken katsu, and we're also doing pork katsu, which is called tonkatsu, right? We have sauces for them. If you watched my previous videos, you saw how I made the sauces, and I know you're going to enjoy this. Check this out. End result. And you'll get a better picture of it. I don't want to tip it because it's sauce. And I know you're going to enjoy this. Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard. Okay, so we're going to start our pork cutlets. We're just going to trim them up a little bit. You don't have to do much. Trim up some of the thicker pieces of fat off of it. I'm not taking all the fat off. I just want to trim it up. Okay. Get it nice and trimmed up. These big hard pieces, get rid of those. Okay. Now we're gonna butterfly. All right, so now the butterfly, we're gonna cut them on the opposite side of the fat. See the fat here? We're gonna cut it halfway, and we're gonna go in the middle and cut it all the way almost to the end. You don't want to cut through it because you're just trying to butterfly it, you see? You want to open it up. So we're good to go because we're going to pound it out. Next guy. And be careful, don't cut your hand, right? Now we got a plastic bag here, a Ziploc. We're actually going to pound it in the bag so we don't mess our countertop up. So you want to pound it till it gets about a 1/4 of an inch, and then you're good to go. See that? Now I'm going to do the other two, and then we're going to do the exact same thing to the chicken breast. Now let's prep the chicken. Okay, now we're going to trim the chicken up and then pound it out. Okay. Now get these extra fat pieces off of here. We don't want them. Sometimes they don't render down when you fry them. So you want to get that off of there. Any type of gristle you see, take it off. Now I see I have some thicker pieces of chicken. I'll show you how to handle that here in a minute. Okay. Nice and thin. Next one. See, this guy is thick, you see? See how thick this guy is? Now what we're going to do with this guy, we're going to trim him up. Get the fat and the cartilage out of there. And we're going to butterfly this guy. Just like we did the pork. Of course, with it being chicken, so easier to butterfly. Now let's get this guy pounded out. And you also, another option you have, instead of butterflying, you just cut it in half. Just pound 2 pieces, you know? I'll probably just cut him completely in half. And again, if you do it like this, watch your fingers. See that? This one doesn't, it's so thin it doesn't even need pounding. But this guy definitely. I'm gonna give this one a little bit. Alright, now let's get our stations ready and the fryer ready. Okay, so we have our pork. We have our chicken. First station is the flour, which I've seasoned with salt and pepper. Then we have our egg wash. And then we have our breadcrumbs. And then of course, we'll be putting it in the big boy fryer here. Alright, so we're playing with new angles here. See how we do. We're gonna start off with the pork. Take our pork into the flour mixer. And I know I should have one wet hand, one dry hand. I got gloves on. I ain't worried about it. Shake off the excess into the egg mixture. And the reason we do this is because the egg would slide right off of the meat. So we put flour on it to dry it out, to dry the surface. And then we put the egg on it, and then into the breadcrumbs it goes. See? Press it. Press. Press it in there. And the oil is at 350 degrees. And we're going to carefully lay it in. And we're going to let that cook for 5 minutes to begin with. And then we'll start checking the temperature. Okay, let's do another one. Because it's a big fryer. You guys know that. If you've been following me, you know that's a big fryer. That bad boy can fry a 20-pound turkey, so this is nothing. And I'm going to start the clock when I put the last piece of pork in. And for the pork, you're looking for, a temperature of about 140 degrees or so. And then when it rests, it'll finish cooking completely through. Because nobody wants dry pork. Let's be serious. Since I'm deep frying, you never know what shape it's going to turn out in. So let's give it to 5 minutes. All right, let's take these guys out. See what kind of shape they're in. All right. That's 5 minutes. Put them on the cooler rack so we can check temperature. See, look at the shape of this guy. See this? See the shape of this guy? He's all out of control. Then we just get a temperature read on him. I'm looking for at least 140. Oh yeah, these are done. Alright, let's start working on the chicken. Alright, let's get this chicken all breaded up and fried. Go. And these are chicken breasts. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but these are chicken breasts. You can use whatever type of chicken you want. If you want thighs, go thighs, Me personally, I just like the breast, so I go with the breast. But you gotta be careful with the breast. It's easy to dry out. So keep that in mind. All right, so we got more breadcrumbs. Let's bread them up. There we go. Press them in. Okay, put this guy in. There we go. Let's give these guys 5 minutes. Okay, these chicken are done. Chicken katsu is done. Let's go and pull these out. Okay, we're gonna let these rest for about 5 minutes. And okay, let's get some of this pork and chop it up. There we go. You can hear the crunch. See that? So just cut it. Now we're gonna slice it. Take a nice crunch. There we go. Now we're going to put this on a plate, and you'll see that here in a minute, how I plate it up. Let's get some chicken. So let's chop the chicken up, square it off. See, this can make one little nice piece, you see? Now let's slice them up. Nice, crunchy. Okay, let's plate this guy up now. And then we'll do the sauce, okay? Now let's add our dipping sauce. Start off with our sesame sauce. There we go. Then we're going to go for our wasabi mayo. Yeah. And now our tonkatsu sauce. There we go. Now let's give this a flyby and see how we look. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. We got our pork, our tonkatsu, and we got our chicken katsu, and our dipping sauces. You should definitely try this recipe. It's delicious, it's simple, and I hope you enjoy it. With that being said, this is Shrashira, and I am out.